Welcome to our deep dive into the states with the highest number of unauthorized immigrants in the United States. In this video, we'll explore the latest data and trends shaping immigration patterns across the country. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for informed discussions on immigration policy, resource allocation, and community impact. From the bustling urban centers of California to the border regions of Texas, the distribution of unauthorized immigrants varies significantly. We'll examine the factors contributing to these concentrations, including economic opportunities, proximity to borders, and historical migration trends. Additionally, we'll discuss the implications of these populations on local economies, public services, and national debates on immigration reform. Stay tuned as we break down the numbers, uncover the stories behind the statistics, and provide a comprehensive overview of unauthorized immigration in the U.S. Number 10. Georgia. It has become one of the top states in the U.S. with a significant population of unauthorized immigrants, ranking 10th nationally. This growth is largely driven by the state's rapidly expanding economy and diverse job market. Metropolitan Atlanta in particular serves as a major hub where unauthorized immigrants find employment in industries such as agriculture, construction, hospitality, and manufacturing. The availability of seasonal agricultural work, along with steady opportunities in construction and service sectors, attracts many migrants seeking better livelihoods. Additionally, Georgia's comparatively lower cost of living and well-established immigrant communities provide a supportive environment that helps newcomers settle and thrive. Beyond economic opportunities, Georgia's growing urban centers offer a range of social and cultural resources for unauthorized immigrants. Cities like Atlanta have seen the development of vibrant immigrant neighborhoods, community organizations, and support networks that provide language assistance, legal aid, and cultural integration programs. These factors make Georgia not only a place for work, but also a place where unauthorized immigrants can build connections and access essential services. While challenges remain regarding immigration enforcement and policy, Georgia's role as a key destination reflects broader trends of migration within the southeastern United States. Number 9. Arizona. Arizona remains a central player in the ongoing conversation around unauthorized immigration in the United States. Due to its shared border with Mexico and long history as a gateway for cross-border movement, the state has a sizable undocumented population. As of recent estimates, around 250,000 unauthorized immigrants reside in Arizona, making up roughly 3.5% of its total population. These individuals are primarily concentrated in urban areas like Phoenix and Tucson, where they often find work in agriculture, construction, hospitality, and domestic services. The proximity to the border not only makes Arizona a practical entry point, but also a place where many choose to settle due to the presence of strong immigrant communities and networks. Over the years, Arizona has drawn national attention for its tough stance on immigration enforcement, including controversial laws like SB 1070, which increased police authority in immigration matters. While such policies led to a decline in the undocumented population from over 500,000 in 2008 to about half that today, they have also sparked widespread debate over civil rights and federal versus state control. Despite the drop in numbers, the issue remains deeply embedded in the state's political and social fabric. Today, many advocacy groups and community organizations continue working to provide legal aid, education, and support for immigrant families, while policy discussions about reform and humanitarian protections persist at both state and national levels. Number 8. North Carolina. It is home to one of the largest unauthorized immigrant populations in the southeastern United States, with estimates ranging from 296,000 to over 350,000 individuals. This accounts for about 3% of the state's total population. The majority of these immigrants originate from Mexico and Central America, though growing numbers also come from Asia and Africa. Many have settled in metropolitan areas like Charlotte, Raleigh, and Durham, while others live in rural regions where they work in agriculture and meat processing. Industries such as farming, construction, hospitality, and manufacturing rely heavily on this labor force, making undocumented immigrants vital to the state's economy. Over the years, North Carolina has become a focal point in national immigration discussions, particularly due to rising tensions between local law enforcement policies and federal immigration authorities. Despite facing the threat of deportation, many undocumented immigrants have established deep roots in their communities, raising families, contributing taxes, and supporting local economies. In fact, undocumented immigrants in North Carolina contribute hundreds of millions annually in state and local taxes, nonprofits, Advocacy groups and religious organizations across the state have stepped up to provide legal support, education access, and humanitarian aid, reflecting an ongoing debate between enforcement priorities and human rights. Number 7. Illinois. It is home to one of the largest populations of undocumented immigrants in the United States, with estimates placing the number at around 400,000 individuals. A significant portion of this population lives in the Chicago metropolitan area, which has long been a hub for immigration due to its diverse economy and established immigrant communities. These individuals work in essential sectors such as food service, construction, domestic work, and manufacturing. Many have lived in the state for years, contributing to the social fabric while facing ongoing challenges related to legal status, employment security, and access to services. Despite the legal and political complexities surrounding immigration, undocumented immigrants in Illinois play a key role in the state's economy. They pay into the system, contributing over $1 billion annually in state and local taxes, while often being ineligible for most public benefits. Illinois has been at the forefront of immigrant rights protections, passing laws like the Illinois Trust Act, which limits local cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. Additionally, community organizations across the state provide legal support, education resources, and healthcare assistance to help undocumented individuals and families navigate life in Illinois. While debates continue at both state and national levels, Illinois remains one of the more immigrant-friendly states in the country. Number 6. Florida. Florida is home to one of the largest populations of undocumented immigrants in the United States, with current estimates placing that number at approximately 590,000 individuals. This accounts for nearly 4% of the state's total population. Many of these individuals have lived in the state for years or even decades, raising families, contributing to their communities, and working in essential sectors. Metro areas such as Miami, Orlando, Tampa, and Fort Lauderdale have long been immigrant hubs due to strong economic opportunities, cultural diversity, and existing support networks. Undocumented immigrants in Florida often find employment in agriculture, construction, hospitality, food service, domestic work, and landscaping, industries that are both labor-intensive and vital to the state's economy. Despite their contributions, undocumented immigrants in Florida have increasingly found themselves at the center of heated political and legal debates. In recent years, the state government has enacted stricter immigration enforcement measures, including expanding e-verify requirements for employers, criminalizing the transportation of undocumented individuals, and increasing cooperation with ICE through programs like 287 DRUT. These laws have led to a significant rise in detentions and deportations, and have created fear among immigrant communities, even among those with mixed-status families or long-standing community ties. Human rights groups and local advocates argue that such policies disproportionately harm families, strain public trust, and overlook the positive economic impact of undocumented residents. Economically, undocumented immigrants in Florida contribute significantly to both local and state revenue. Studies show they pay over $1.8 billion annually in state and local taxes through sales, property, and income-related contributions, despite being ineligible for most public assistance programs. Their labor also helps keep the state's tourism, agriculture, and real estate industries competitive. As debates continue about the costs and benefits of immigration, many Floridians remain divided, some calling for tighter enforcement, others urging more compassionate, practical solutions, such as a path to legal status. What remains clear is that undocumented immigrants are deeply embedded in the fabric of Florida's economy and society, and any long-term policy decisions will have profound implications across the state.
Number 5. New Jersey. It is one of the most densely populated and immigrant-rich states in the U.S., and it is home to one of the highest proportions of undocumented immigrants in the country. Estimates place the undocumented population between 440,000 and 475,000 individuals, making up nearly 4% of the state's total residents. These individuals are predominantly concentrated in urban centers such as Newark, Jersey City, Elizabeth, and Paterson, areas where long-standing immigrant communities and job opportunities offer support. Many undocumented immigrants in New Jersey work in industries such as hospitality, construction, food service, home health care, and janitorial services. Their labor fills essential roles in the state's economy, often in sectors that face chronic labor shortages. Despite not having legal status, undocumented immigrants in New Jersey are substantial contributors to the economy. They pay an estimated $1.3 billion annually in state and local taxes, including property taxes, either directly or through rent, sales taxes, and income taxes through the use of ITINs, individual taxpayer identification numbers. Their tax contributions help fund schools, healthcare systems, and infrastructure, while most remain ineligible for federal benefits. As debates around immigration policy intensify nationwide, New Jersey has generally leaned in favor of more inclusive approaches. The state offers driver's licenses regardless of immigration status, and some local governments limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. Still, undocumented immigrants in New Jersey continue to navigate legal uncertainty while playing a critical role in the state's economy and cultural identity. Number 4, New York. It remains one of the leading destinations for undocumented immigrants in the U.S., with an estimated population of over 670,000 individuals. These residents make up a significant portion of the state's workforce and are deeply integrated into communities, particularly in the New York City metro area, Long Island, and parts of upstate New York. Many undocumented immigrants in the state have been living and working here for years, contributing to sectors like construction, restaurants, hospitality, childcare, and elder care. Their presence is especially vital in the service industry, where employers often rely on immigrant labor to meet high demand. In cities like NYC, it's common to find undocumented workers as backbones of small businesses and neighborhood economies. Despite lacking legal status, undocumented immigrants in New York contribute billions of dollars to the state's economy every year. According to recent reports, they pay more than $3 billion annually in state and local taxes, while remaining ineligible for most federal assistance programs. The state has taken a relatively progressive stance on immigration, implementing policies such as granting access to driver's licenses regardless of immigration status, and providing legal support through municipal and nonprofit partnerships. Advocacy groups continue to push for expanded protections and a pathway to legal status, emphasizing that undocumented residents are integral not only to the labor force, but also to the state's cultural and social fabric. As immigration policies shift nationwide, New York remains a key battleground for balancing enforcement with compassion and inclusion. Number 3, Texas. It continues to be a central hub for undocumented immigration, home to one of the largest populations of undocumented immigrants in the country. As of recent estimates, over 1.6 million undocumented individuals live in the state, primarily concentrated in urban areas such as Houston, Dallas-Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Austin. These residents are deeply integrated into the fabric of Texas society, working in industries like agriculture, construction, hospitality, and food service sectors that are both labor-intensive and vital to the state's economic engine. In many cases, undocumented immigrants have lived in Texas for over a decade, raising families, sending children to school, and contributing to local economies in ways that go beyond employment alone. Economically, their impact is enormous. In 2022, undocumented Texans paid an estimated $4.9 billion in state and local taxes, a significant contribution given their limited access to public benefits. These tax revenues support public services including education, transportation, and emergency services that benefit all Texans. Despite their economic role, Texas has been at the forefront of immigration enforcement, accounting for nearly a quarter of all ICE arrests in 2025. Political leaders in the state have adopted increasingly strict policies, including cooperation with federal immigration authorities and efforts to deploy state resources at the border. This has intensified the daily realities for undocumented residents, who continue to live under the threat of deportation while remaining integral to Texas's workforce and economy. The tension between enforcement and economic reliance highlights the complex role undocumented immigrants play in the state's future. Number 2, California. It is home to one of the largest populations of undocumented immigrants in the United States, with estimates placing the number at approximately 1.8 million individuals as of 2022. These residents are integral to the state's economy, particularly in sectors such as agriculture, construction, hospitality, and home health care. Despite their significant contributions, undocumented immigrants often face challenges, including limited access to public services and heightened vulnerability to policy changes. Economically, undocumented immigrants in California play a crucial role. In 2022, they contributed an estimated $8.5 billion in state and local taxes, encompassing sales, income, and property taxes. However, their contributions extend beyond taxation. the state's economy heavily relies on their labor, especially in industries that are labor-intensive and essential to California's economic infrastructure. Recent federal immigration policies have intensified enforcement actions, leading to increased deportations and heightened fears within immigrant communities. These developments have sparked protests and legal challenges, reflecting the ongoing tension between federal immigration enforcement and California's policies aimed at protecting undocumented residents. Number 1. California. Wait, we already mentioned California, but it's worth emphasizing. California consistently leads the nation in the number of unauthorized immigrants. Its vast size, economic diversity, and long border with Mexico make it the top destination for many migrants seeking opportunity and community. The situation in California underscores the complex interplay between immigration policy, economic reliance on immigrant labor, and the social fabric of communities. While undocumented immigrants significantly contribute to the state's economy, their status often places them at the center of political and legal debates. The evolving landscape of immigration enforcement and policy will continue to shape the experiences of these individuals and the broader Californian society. California's large undocumented immigrant population plays a vital role in the state's economy and communities, contributing billions of dollars in taxes and filling essential jobs across many industries. Despite these contributions, ongoing federal enforcement actions and changing immigration policies continue to create uncertainty and fear among these residents. Balancing enforcement with compassionate policies remains a key challenge for California as it navigates the complex realities of immigration. Ultimately, the future of the state's social and economic fabric depends on finding solutions that recognize the value of undocumented immigrants while addressing security and legal concerns. Conclusion: the top 10 states with the highest number of undocumented immigrants, including California, Texas, Florida, New York, New Jersey, Illinois, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, and Washington, play a crucial role in shaping America's economy and cultural landscape. These immigrants contribute billions of dollars in taxes and labor, supporting vital industries like agriculture, construction, hospitality, and healthcare. Yet they often live with uncertainty and face ongoing challenges due to shifting immigration policies and enforcement practices. As we reflect on the complex realities these states face, it's important to advocate for fair and humane immigration reform that acknowledges the contributions of undocumented immigrants while addressing security concerns. Whether you're a resident, policymaker, or simply someone who cares about justice and opportunity, get involved, support local immigrant rights organizations, educate yourself and others about the impact of immigration, and encourage compassionate policies that create pathways to legal status. Together, we can help build communities that are safe, inclusive, and economically vibrant for everyone.